Not been a great success so far.
We got ripped off and I had an accident.
I haven't tasted sperm like this since we did a support gig for Elton John. You know, I shouldn't be filming this because I'm seriously getting drunk here. Oh, it's the snowflakes of the night. What sweet sounds they make. Friday night in Toya, look at this. Almost nobody around. I'm pretty much in the middle of the street. No traffic. I'm not exactly dressed for the occasion, as you can see. Not sure I want to try that.
Flying over northern Japan as we came into land and seeing it blanketed in snow made me want to jump for joy. But I couldn't because I had my seatbelt on and I would have freaked out the flight attendants.
What's the first thing you notice when you arrive in Japan from Bangkok? Fresh air. The air is so bloody fresh that we actually got dizzy breathing it in. Train's coming. It's almost 20 hours since we left home. It's not been a great success so far. In all the time that we've been in Japan, we've never been ripped off, and we got ripped off by the so-called taxi driver who didn't put the meter on, said it would cost us 1,000 yen to get here, and then originally said he was going to charge us 4,090 yen, and then he said, oh, something wrong with my clock, it's 5,090 yen. We got here about 1 o'clock, and as is the norm with Japan, you can never check into your hotel room until 3 o'clock. So we've been wandering around town having a look at the place, and it looks like a bloody ghost town. It's Thursday and it's bloody cold. It's about 7 below. We're at Lake Toya this time. This is our 6th time in Japan, and why do we keep coming back? Might sound silly, but for the wife it's the onsen. She loves Japanese onsens. For me it's snow, sea urchins and salmon eggs, and we're going to this shop now which we believe sells sea urchin, and there it is staring right at us. Hi. Hi. That's about 500 Thai baht, 2,000 plus yen. Let's try the sea urchin or uni. Let's try the salmon eggs. Oh yeah. Yeah? Prawn tempura with soba noodles, and the wife says it's very good.
The soup is good.
As the missus pointed out, the soup for the soba is a lot less salty than it would be in Thailand. And even though it's a thin soup, it's got quite a rich flavour to it. Yeah. And one thing that you don't get pretty much anywhere else except Japan, unless you go to a very expensive restaurant, is that wasabi. That's the real thing. Never do that. Tastes bloody good though. It's very, very hot, but there's a sweetness to it which you don't get with the fake stuff. Soup helps. Arigatou gozaimasu. Domo domo.
Obvious.
Bloody lovely, and we were just discussing the price. It's 6,500 yen, which is about 1,500 baht. Bloody amazing. Freezing our tits off over here, but I can't complain because that's why I'm here. Fresh air, and bloody cold fresh air for that matter. Gonna have a look around the town now. Cookies. Don't know what this is. I thought it was some kind of. Oh!
Are you okay?
I fell down. I'll just have to get up, see if my hip still works. I'm okay. I shall soldier on until the pain gets too bad, and then I shall drink like fuck. I'm going in this shop. It's a, what do they call it? Bits and bats shop. Vapes over here are legal as long as they've got no nicotine and no tar in them, and they can sell them to kids. This is our hotel, and of course hotels over here, the modern hotels over here, are very sort of communist type buildings. Everything's very, very square, not very much beauty in it at all. That place doesn't look bad though, it looks like an old church. So we've been able to check in, and the interesting thing is it's do it yourself. You check in yourself. Everything's automated. Welcome drink, hot cranberry juice. That's very nice. And chocolate biscuito. Waiting to check into our room. We've done our self-check-in, but now we have to wait for them to take us to our room, like we can't do it ourselves. Beat that view. That's a beaut. Ooh, the sun's coming out. That's interesting. We can unlock the window and throw ourselves out. Time for dinner. Ooh, I'm really hungry. Now this is interesting for me because it might be a bit disgusting for you, but it's interesting for me because many years ago I used to like herring roe, and I used to cook it in batter And they sold it in Thailand for a while, imported by John West, but they don't do it anymore. So I just by chance fell across this thing called Daisy Crown. I thought I'd give it a try. And I've just tried it, and it's exactly what I used to love. Herring roll. Fried. Now, I don't know if you can see, it doesn't look very pleasant. And the situation isn't improved by the fact that it is actually herring spoon. Yeah, quite happy with that. Good stuff. It's the kind of food that gives you a lot of spunk. If you're not English, you might not get that joke. What joke?
Now, as we were eating dinner, I noticed what looked like a laser show at first, but when I realised it was real snow, well, I just had to get outside and bask in it. I'm not a sun worshipper, I'm a snow worshipper. So after a quick change I went outside, but by then the snow had almost stopped. But still I loved the moment. Walking under cover of darkness on the freshly fallen snow is one of my all-time favourite things. After sex and sandwiches, of course.
Fresh fallen snow. Lovely jubbly. Oh, it's the snowflakes of the night. What sweet sounds they make.
And when I see fresh, untouched virgin snow, I've just got to walk in it. After that I went to bed happy, and the following morning I was up before 4 o'clock so I could do something not quite legal. I wanted to check out the men's onsen without having to get naked in front of a bunch of Asians. I'd done it once before, many years ago, and I felt like the bad cowboy walking into the local saloon. Everything stopped and they all looked at me. Well, a particular part of me. So I swore I'd never do that again, and I haven't. So sneaking into the men's onsen when hopefully nobody would be there was my only option. The men and women's onsen is on the roof of the hotel, and this is the view you'll see while you're bathing in the daytime.
It's 4:30 in the morning, and I decided to come outside to have a smoke, even though there are the 2 smoking areas inside. But it's snowing, and I love the snow, even though I'm not exactly dressed for the occasion. As you can see, mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the morning snow. I'm freezing my tits off, my ears are falling off, and I'm still standing here like a bloody idiot. I think it's time to go back inside. You gotta love it though. I'm mad fool.
So I went back to bed for an hour or so till I could feel my toes again, then got up and went downstairs for breakfast. Now, judging on what I said earlier in the video, can you guess what I went for first? Did you get it right? Salmon eggs!
Not sure I want to try that. It's pickled wasabi mixed with sake lee or something. Anyway, looks like, well, you know what it looks like. And that's squid with hot sauce. Cod roll, which I do like. That's salted squid. Quick run through of breakfast.
Cakes, pickle stuff. The Japanese love pickle stuff. The rest pretty much speaks for itself.
All kinds of oils and stuff, and salmon and nuts, potatoes, vegetables. Cakes. Good omelette.
After breakfast, it was time to go out and explore. Cue incidental royalty-free music.
This looks like a nice place, let's try this. That's like a pork, smells like sweet curry or something. Wow. And those are fried oysters, look at the size of them. The whole meal with the beer, the tea, coffee, egg soup came to 5,630, which is a little over 1,000 baht. Been sat there all day.
Chilling.
All this morning.
Chillaxing.
You're not chillaxing. Can you imagine how cold their arses must be? Din-dins. And I remembered how to say no, so I said no rice and just got salmon eggs. Woo! And the beef, which I'm going to try now. Steak, very good, very tender. And they put the gravy onto these hot plates, and it just looks like gravy at first, and all of a sudden it starts bubbling away. Nice, nice. Friday night in Toya, look at this. Almost nobody around. I'm pretty much in the middle of the street. No traffic. Some people might say this is boring. I would say this is fucking magnificent. A beautiful place with no human beings. What's not to like?
Okay, let's have a quick look at the illumination tunnel.
What? You thought it was going to be bigger than that?
Yeah.
Hallelujah! I have seen the light. Next morning, after having had a relaxing and wonderful time in Toya, we got the free shuttle bus to Sapporo for what was going to be quite the opposite.